911, the address of your emergency. Tell me exactly what's happened.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help. And he's said he just came from a neighbor's house, and he's emaciated. He's got tape around his legs. He's hungry, and he's thirsty. He has duct tape around each ankle. Yeah, there's sores around them. Oh, and he has them around his ankles. I mean, his wrists as well. Okay, this boy has been... He needs... This kid has obviously been... I think he's been detained. He's obviously covered in wounds.
So do you believe the allegation, sir?
No comment, like I told you.
No, you throw them on the ground and you start rolling them. You get a blanket and you start hitting the flames. And they're going to say, you're hurting me. You're beating me. You're controlling. It's like, no, dear, hold still. I'm getting the fire out. That's what a loving parent does. And because nobody will do it, it looks to the world crazy.
Okay, exclusive YouTuber mom, supermom Ruby Franke appears in court and turns on her children, making outrageous claims about their behavior and accusing them of... Can't make this... Mother of 6, Ruby Franke, sobbed in court as she appeared for a shelter hearing for her 4 minor children to determine custody. Speaking to the public courtroom Thursday, the Mormon mom at times broke down as she made shocking claims that one of her minor children sexually abused their sibling and molested several other family members and the children in the neighborhood over the years. The popular YouTuber was arrested alongside her business partner Jody last month and charged with 6 counts of felony child abuse after one of her sons was discovered with open wounds and duct tape on their limbs. Franke, 41, appeared via video from Utah jail where she remains on no bail hold at least until her next court appearance scheduled for Friday. Oh, that's today. Oh, so there was an appearance that already happened apparently. So there's one happening today. I want to check that out later.
Tell me that then. So do you believe the allegation, sir?
No comment, like I told you.
Sort of shocking allegations, though. Tell me that then.
So this is her attorney. He said no comment. The court hearing presided over Judge Shadba Bazal lasted 30 minutes, and inside was Franke's husband Kevin with his attorney Randy. At another table were the state attorneys and what appeared to be Franke's 2 oldest daughters, appearing to be accompanied by an attorney as well. Seeming to pin the blame for her behavior on her children, Franke went into horrific detail about how one of her 6 kids, other children, she claimed that one of the Franke kids began looking at porn at just the age of 3. How? Yo, you're the parent. You're responsible. What the hell? Your 3-year-old is watching porn? In one of those shocking claims, Franke said that her child had a younger sibling for years, adding that eventually the 2 of them began to abuse other children. She also claimed that her 2 children played a patting game with each other, but did not go into further detail. Franke said that in May, her child confessed to 20 people, including her cousins and neighbors. She provided no proof for her sickening allegations. The court went eerily silent after Ruby made the disturbing claims. The judge then said that her alleged child will then need to be placed in a home with no other children. Wow. These are the hearings. I gotta watch this shit today then at 3:30 Eastern. Franke's husband, wearing a dark suit, sat at the table with his attorney and looking straight ahead at his wife made the sickening allegations. In a surprising courtroom move, an attorney who was sitting in public viewing area stood up and asked the judge to hear the details about another child because a mother of one of the alleged victims was in the courtroom. Wow. So one of the victim's mother happened to be there, and I guess maybe she's just hearing about this shit for the first time. The judge denied the request, citing that the details of alleged child abuse can be heard at a future time. Outside the courtroom, Daily Mail attempted to get a comment from the mother whose kid was allegedly by the Franke kid, but they refused to speak. Kevin Franke and his attorney, Randy Keister, left the courthouse about an hour later and gave no comment when asked if he believed his wife's shocking allegations. And I mean, this guy, they separated or they stopped seeing each other like a year ago. So, I mean, all this stuff happening in the house, again, I guess he didn't know. I don't know. But I don't know that I can't really believe this woman. He just said he's been instructed by the court to not comment to the press. Out of the respect of the children involved, we have no comment.
This is what love sounds like. When you see someone hurting, you acknowledge the hurt. If your kid came to you on fire, would you say, I'm so glad you trusted me to tell me you're on fire. But if I put out the fire, that's going to really hurt and you're going to end up with scabs anyway. So I'm just going to love you where you are right now. No, you throw them on the ground and you start rolling them. You get a blanket and you start hitting the flames. And they're going to say, you're hurting me. You're beating me. You're controlling. It's like, no, dear, hold still. I'm getting the fire out. That's what a loving parent does. And because nobody will do it, it looks to the world crazy. And because they've never been loved before, it looks like I'm angry. To them, it looks like I'm controlling. It looks like I'm militant. It looks like I'm a monster. It looks like I'm mean. It looks like I'm full of hate. It looks like I'm not accepting it because they don't know what love looks like or sounds like. This is what
Judge Basil set the next hearing for September 15, mediation hearing, and a September 18th pretrial hearing. The judge told Ruby Franke that if she's released from jail, she would need to attend the hearings in person, and if not, they'll make accommodations for transportation. Then they'll say, we'll bring your ass over there if you try to say you can't go. Wow.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help, and he's said he just came from a neighbor's house, and we know there's been problems at this neighbor's house. He's emaciated. He's got tape around his legs. He's hungry, and he's thirsty.
I just got a text message from Eve's teacher, and she said that Eve did not pack a lunch today, and can I bring a lunch over to the school? This happens quite often when you're raising children, because I know that her teacher is uncomfortable with her being hungry and not having a lunch, and it would ease her discomfort if I came to the school with a lunch. But I responded and just said, Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch. So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry. And hopefully nobody gives her food and
Hopefully nobody gives her food. You know, that's when you take your ass to the school, bring the food over there. I remember one time they had like an Easter thing when Maddie, I think it was in daycare. They were doing like an egg thing or something, and I had completely forgotten there was like an egg thing. I dropped her off. I went to the store, to Walmart. I think they wanted like the ones with candy inside, and then they wanted like some egg shit. I went and bought this stuff, and I went back to the school. This woman, she gotta figure it out. And I hope nobody gives her food. Like, you want her to suffer.
nobody steps in and gives her a lunch.
My bedroom was taken away for 7 months and we give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October. And they gave my room back like 2 weeks ago. Oh, I'll give you the reason why I lost my bedroom. I think so. I think this is the reason. At least this is the reason that's been in my head. It's pretty funny, but now that I look back, I mean, it's pretty depressing.
No, we never told our viewers.
I woke Russell up at 2 in the morning and told him that we're going to Disneyland and he has to pack. And he got up and made his bed all neatly and then packed all his clothes in the suitcase. And then he walked out the door and I'm like, Russell, he was like, what? And he's all happy. Has his sunglasses on.
Do you think it's funny? Because
and then I walk out.
If you think it's funny, then that was 7 months ago. Maybe you need longer without a bedroom.
No. In this home, you don't get personal space because this is my space because I'm the parent. If you want your own personal space, you'll need to get your own space. This is mine. And as long as you're living in my home, it is my
job to know everything about you. You don't get to sneak. You don't get to hide. You don't get to have secrets.
I mean, I could imagine having that.
Not in my house.
Jesus.
Do you see how loving that is? Now, if you're in distortion, you're reeling right now. If you're in distortion, you're ready to pull your hair out right now.
Apparently, there's a hearing today at 3:30, I think, Eastern. So I'm going to be listening in. It can't be live streamed. I have an attorney that wants to come on the channel and talk about this case. If you have any kind of legal questions, comment down below or email me. I'm going to wait for this hearing to start writing my own questions. And let me know, and I'll have him on a video to explain things and break things down. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and peace. Insane. This woman throws her kids under the bus, takes no responsibility, and even says that one of these kids did this to 20 people.